My name is Elaine Santos. I'm 44 years old and I work as a domestic violence counselor. Growing up, I presents a lot of sadness, seeing my daddy being an alcoholic. When I was 13 to 14, that's when I started going to church. Then I was there, I was really focused. But then when I started thinking about going to university, when I started and had to work full-time job and going to school during the night, I lost my focus. And from 19th until I was like in my 30s, I was like having a life that I was suffering, jumping from relationship to relationship, but I was really sad inside of me. And that's I need to be around a lot of people, going to parties. I realized that I said, what I'm doing with my life, what's gonna happen next? And then that's when I really said, God, I need your help because I cannot do anything anymore. I feel that I wanna die. And then one day I said, you know what? If I wanna change, I know what I have to go and I know what I have to do. And I went to the Universal Church and I started all over again. So I started doing my chain of prayers, like deliverance, Fridays, coming Wednesdays, Sundays. And I was delivered from all those bad thoughts, from the anger, from the rage that I have, from the past, from the not having a good relationship with my mother. So at that point, I was feeling better. I was delivered from the feelings, from the thoughts, but I knew that I could only be 100% in God's presence and not look back in the past and not give up. It was by having the Holy Spirit living inside of me. After receiving the Holy Spirit, I used to be very controlling, aggressive, impatient. And through the Holy Spirit, I could see the difference, because when I had a very hard circumstance or things that were not on my way, that okay, so I don't need to act like this. That's not the way to do it. So become more peaceful, become more consciousness about my behavior. I saw the difference, that I don't act the same way, that my behavior changed, but it was not something that I had to force to change. It was something that the Holy Spirit was giving me consciousness for me to think about it. My advice for those that have been through something similar that I had, or gave up about their faith, or think that God doesn't care about them anymore, or they're too dirty, they're too evil to come back, that God's not going to forgive them anymore. This is a lie, because it's this world that we are not thinking clear, because there is so much darkness and so much we're lost in our thoughts when we're living this lifestyle. But there is forgiveness for you. God is waiting for you. So you just have to surrender to Him and be sincere and open your heart. If you're in your house right now, whatever you are, just open your heart to Him and just come, and be honest. Because the way that I was living, the way that you might be living right now, you see that it's not bringing you to nowhere. Maybe you can have some things, but you don't have the most important, that you're not sure about your salvation. And that's not, how can you be in peace? But if you really surrender to Him, so He's just waiting for you to do it.